So we've got the importance of knowing what key we're in. It's also important to remember the structure that happens in most pieces of music most of the time. Up on the top, we've got the melody. And then supporting that are little blocks of sound called chords. Beneath that is a bass line that sort of holds the whole thing up, and it's all moving through time in rhythm. So melody supported by chords, supported by a bass line. Remember, bass in music is spelled B-A-S-S, like the fish, like bass, but we pronounce it bass. But it is indeed also the B-A-S-E. It holds the whole thing up. So melody on top, chords to support that, bass line on the bottom, holding the whole thing up, and it's moving through time in rhythm. So using our song, Good Morning to All, it's exactly what we've been talking about. We've got the melody on top, the chords are underneath it, and there's a bass line on the bottom. Hear it? Bass line on the bottom, melody on the top. Melody, chord underneath it, bass line on the bottom. So here's the bass line, here are the chords, here's the melody. And we also saw how we can play it and leave the bass line out like this. But now we want to get into more of the way music is usually put together in this way, where we've got the melody, the chords, and the bass line. This leads us into doing something much more interesting and much more satisfying than Good Morning to All, the Alicia Keys song, If I Ain't Got You, where she's doing the exact same things. She's singing a melody on top, she's supporting that by playing chords underneath that, and then there's a nice juicy bass line underneath the whole thing, all moving through time in rhythm. This is what music generally does, and we're going to explore these things. But you want to have this concept clearly in mind. Almost any piece of music you listen to is going to be doing that thing.